All right.
Look,
Well,
are we back?
it,
We're
we
back.
are.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that. I
Friday.
choked down a Cuban sandwich from La Septima right up the road here.
Mm.
If you haven't had that, people, it's a
Mm-hmm.
Spanish restaurant, delicious. You know, the chicken and yellow rice, the Cuban sandwich, et al.
Yeah,
Very
La
good.
Septima.
Right there on the corner of Kings and what is that? Lumsden. So back in
Yeah.
that plaza.
Yeah.
Shout out to La Septima.
There you
Another
go.
shout out across the hall from me, so to speak, which is really the other side of this wall. Happy birthday, Michelle Day.
Michelle.
Yeah, I believe
Yes.
her
Where's my
birthday
air horn?
yeah, exactly. It's Monday, but I believe she's off for the Thanksgiving week, so we'll give her a shout out. Uh,
Yay. Good for
and then
her.
did the topic say call to arms?
It
Is that
does.
and do you know what that is all about?
Well, first, like there are people who discover us and haven't ever seen us before. As hard to
Oh,
believe as that is. So
oh wait, hold on a
introduce.
second. By the way, welcome to Live Feed Reads. I'm Paul
Yeah.
Reed Rose, and
Yeah.
this is Jason Crawford, the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson. We
There
do a
we
one
go.
o'clock podcast, so to speak.
Yep.
It's about 15 to 30 minutes long. We just kind of talk about the law and our lives and things of that nature. Now, back to you. Back to
Call
you,
to arms.
back to you, Ed.
Yes, yes. Call to arms. All right. So you didn't give me any heads up. So what are we talking about?
All right. So, um, in 2018, whether you recall or not, it was a long time ago, Hillsborough County voters passed a referendum to increase the sales tax by a penny.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
and it was
We
supposed
you
to
mentioned
go.
that before a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, well, it's supposed to go to transportation.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so it's funny because when Brittany and I are driving around doing things, she's filming all of the crappy roads in Hillsborough County, and I
Yeah.
guess it's not called Twitter anymore; it's called X.
X.
So she's
Mm-hmm.
posting these videos on our local Hillsborough County government emails, websites, Twitter accounts, and saying, "Hey, what are you doing with the $570 million that were collected between
Woo.
2019 and 2021 as a result of that tax?" And you say, well, why didn't they spend it? Well, like always,
Right.
there was a lawsuit filed by one of the county representatives, believe it or not, who said, "Hey, the wording in this and who can spend it and how they can spend it and everything to do with that referendum statute, what a statute referendum is
Yeah.
constitutional because it gives certain power to certain people to spend all this money with no with no oversight, things of that nature." And the
Okay.
Supreme Court in February of 2021 said, "Yeah, you're right." So
Mm.
basically, the it was unconstitutional. Give all the money back.
That was what they said. Give it
Oh
all back.
yeah, you basically took $570 million unconstitutionally. Now you
Yeah.
got to give it back.
Okay.
Well, you can imagine how.
Yes. Yes. I can imagine how because I'm over
And
here thinking with the Home Education Foundation that I do work with, we work a lot with Step Up, which is one of the scholarship funding organizations in Florida.
yeah,
And they are handing out money left and right and trying to, and it's taking them, it is a nightmare situation. And they're not, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking like 20,000, 40,000 students or something. Like, this
yeah.
is, you know, but hundreds of thousands of reimbursements and this and tracking it and that. And it is a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so year after year after year, basically this started in 2021. Here we are in 23. The money is still sitting there. Okay. And remember,
Mm.
it was meant for transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And so a judge finally ruled in 2022. They said, look, you've got to, the legislature, the government, state of Florida, y'all need to figure out how this money is going to be spent, distributed,
Yeah.
but it's gone on long enough. You got $570 million. You got to do something with it. You got to give it back to the people of Hillsborough County, basically. And so
Yeah.
that was supposed to happen in the legislative session of this year, 2023, which is February and March, right?
Okay.
They didn't. Nope.
Yeah.
We don't know. We're too. We just can't figure out what to do with it. Some of the proposals were
Wow.
just, well, put a 1% reduction on your tax. What is it, 7% in Hillsborough County? Make it 6% until the $570 million is spent.
Oh, that's a
That's
terrible idea. Like,
well,
I
well,
get how like that it makes sense, but on a public, the people who are however many years it takes, they're gonna be like, oh, why do our taxes go back up? Like you're gonna deal with a massive
well.
backlash.
Anyway, they to date have not chosen that one, and the
No.
other one was, which really, in my opinion, it's simple. Spend the money on the roads. I mean, one of the proposals was to give, spend $200 million fixing up Lithia Pinecrest and
Yeah.
expanding it and things of that nature.
Yeah.
To
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
fix broken, dangerous bridges. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
should be simple. It really should, because you can't drive around this county without just brutal roads. Sometimes
Yeah.
I come up, it's either North Boulevard,
There are some heinous potholes on
just
some of these,
brutal.
bro.
But that's why the call to arms,
Yeah.
because first off, I don't know that a lot of people remember the issue and know that there's $570 million there. Number
Yeah. I think
two,
it's kind of like
I don't think that the people of Hillsborough County
under the
want that
rug.
money to go to the ferry that goes from the convention center to St. Pete. I don't
No.
think people want that money spent on the bus line, and,
No.
and things like that. I think if you ask people, do you mind if we spend $570 million on roads and bridges? They would all say, yes, please do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the call to arms. I
So what
suggest
is it we're being called to do? Tell me.
you're going to Google, and I just typed in Hillsborough County Legislative Delegation, meaning the senators in Florida, not the U.S. senators. Florida has its own government. The
Yeah.
Florida senators and the Florida House of Representatives for
I'm
Hillsborough
gonna
County.
screen share. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
go
screen
ahead.
share. I'll pull it up. So
But there's,
you won't be able to see it, but it's
I believe there's 4 senators from
okay.
Hillsborough County, and maybe anywhere from 10 to 15 House of Representative members, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about
Yep.
every single person in Hillsborough County that hears my voice on our show, email
Mm.
them and call them and make them do something with $570 million? Because I got to be honest,
Okay.
it's it's just ridiculous, and it kind of irritates me. I wouldn't say to the point of anger, but it's time to spend the $570 million on our roads and bridges, because they're garbage. I mean, some of them, you damn near ruin your car driving
Yeah.
around some of these roads.
I
Some of
think
these
that's why I
roads,
actually had to repair my car. It
yeah,
cost me
right,
2 grand.
exactly, are so
The struts and
small,
axles. Boom.
and narrow, they're dangerous.
Yes.
Lithia Pinecrest, if you live out there in that Fish Hawk area, you're talking an hour to go 5 miles. I mean,
Right.
there's no way to get. You got Bell Shoals backed up from whatever that Gibsonton Road all the way to Bloomington.
Yeah,
The
certainly.
list goes
Certainly.
on and on and on.
So you're saying
Over in Tampa, brutal roads. Plant City, brutal roads. Temple Terrace, brutal roads. South Tampa, brutal roads. New Tampa, brutal
gotcha.
roads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you're saying go to the website, find our
Yeah.
Hillsborough legislative delegation,
Yep.
and click on the drop downs and click email Jay, email Daryl, email Jim, like email them and
Yep.
then tell them fix the roads. Fix the
Right.
roads.
We
Use
want
the
that money
570,
spent
fix
on
the roads.
roads and bridges. Period.
Roads and bridges.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Roads and bridges.
Okay. Yeah, I agree
I'll
with
give you
that.
an example.
Yeah, go ahead.
Over there, if you take the crosstown, Leroy
Mhm.
Selman, when you look over in that Claire Mel area,
You did
that
it, folks.
bridge, there's a brand new bridge there.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
out probably 10 years. What a nightmare. Those people had to drive all the way to either 78th Street or all the way to like 301 to
Yeah.
leave instead of shooting across the bridge and getting on 60 and going about their business.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are many little bridges like that that are probably not in use and need repair.
Yeah. Was
But can
this like an
we,
emergency repair thing or like a
no, this,
budget thing? Because I've seen some road repair happening
I
and
agree.
road things happening. Are they related? I don't
No,
know.
no, it's budgeted. There was still money in the Department of Transportation,
This was like a special
federal
session.
level. Yeah, this was basically our roads and our bridges and our bus system are so bad in 2018, are so bad. We need additional money above from
Got
what
you.
the federal government allots
Got you.
and what the state legislature allots.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Hillsborough County, remember, Hillsborough County, that's what it was for. Now,
Right.
remember, when the state budgets money, it's for all of the state. There's
Right.
67 counties, so they will give a certain amount to each
Right.
county.
So there's an existing budget. This was like we need
Right.
an
We wanted,
increase.
we
Got you.
need more
Yeah. Yeah.
money because our system sucks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it
I
does.
fix
And
them.
it
Yeah,
does.
throw that at it. Like I don't know what the issue was. Why they said they can't use the money. I don't know if it was like in how it was worded, how they couldn't spend it, or how it was
Well, no,
worded they
I'll
should never
tell
have
you,
collected it to begin with.
and I did,
Or
yeah, I didn't do a deep research, but it's
I didn't
my
follow. Yeah.
understanding that it gave a certain group of people uh, the authority to kind of spend it how they see fit.
Mm.
And some people, I forget who did it.
Without oversight.
Yeah, and somebody said, I don't like the way you're thinking about spending this money. So therefore, based on the language of the referendum, I think it's unconstitutional. And the Supreme Court said, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
It's just that simple.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
So anyway, this one
I have
again.
learned though that you have to be very specific when you call people to action because you can't just say email them and tell them what to do with the money. You have to tell them what you're calling them to do with the money because people
Say, look,
will say like, "Hey, give me mine back." You'll get a
you have
million mixed
500.
messages.
You have 500. The state of Florida.
Yeah, we've already
So
collected
really,
it.
Hillsborough
Go use
County
it.
has $570 million of our money that was meant for roads and bridges.
Mhm.
Spend the money on roads and
Spend
bridges.
it on roads.
I mean, I
Yeah.
would, not on buses, not on ferries, not on
Mhm.
lights, on roads and bridges. So I
Yeah.
would be specific, roads and bridges.
There we go.
Yeah.
Love it. Yes. Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Because maybe one day you can ride down the road and not blow out a tire, rip off an axle because
Yes.
of the at one point, Highway 60 past Nativity towards Plant City,
Mhm.
it might as well have been a dirt road as crappy
Yeah.
as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we hit a pothole. I don't know if this pothole was the thing that did it, but like straw that broke the camel's back, I suppose. And then our it blew out our struts. Our axles were damaged. I mean, it was just $2,000 worth of work to the car to have to fix.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
been
Well,
crazy.
not that people recall, but this was several years ago. But over there by the
Understand.
fairgrounds on I-4, it was either a FedEx truck or a UPS truck hit such a big pothole, it flipped the truck and the guy died.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, nice pothole.
Jeez.
The
Yeah.
freaking Grand Canyon in the middle of I-4.
That's
Now, mind
yeah.
you, I-4 would not be included in this because that's a federal project.
That's not a
Yeah.
county road.
All right, so that's just it. That's all call to arms. I don't want to harp on
Yeah.
it.
Gotcha.
I just, make your voice heard. That's the American way. And if you don't, well, then keep driving on these crappy roads and let them keep your $570 million.
Yeah. No. Speaking of letting your voice be heard.
Or in
Okay.
fact, or give it this 1% sales tax who basically is going to benefit a lot of it, people not even from Hillsborough County that come here to
Yes.
shop
Yeah.
and eat and spend hotel. No, how about help us, Hillsborough County residents? That's why I don't want the 1% tax. I just want to
Yes.
spend the money on roads and bridges. All right, so you sent me what
Yeah.
you sent me. I didn't look
Yeah.
at it.
So uh,
Moving
I sent you
on.
an email. Yeah. Moving next.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah.
So I sent you a article that was talking about how Hillsborough County has approved a adding cameras to school zones for
You
you know
mean like
speed.
you broke
In
up?
oh, sorry, adding cameras to school zones so that they can issue tickets by mail for speeding in a school zone.
Back in the day, I would have been opposed to that. Not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I back in the day was opposed to red light cameras. Not anymore. Now I will say this: the right on red, that should
Mm-hmm.
not be a ticket. That's a joke. But you know as well as I do, you
That's the
you
only ticket
cannot
I've
drive
gotten.
down. You cannot drive down the street and see somebody just blow through a red light.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see when we were over at our old place on Parsons, where Bob Well and the CPA is right there on Windhorse and Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People would blow by the bus letting kids out. And
Mm-hmm.
the bus driver, we'd sit in the
Oh
office
yeah, dude. What?
around
My
2 or
mom used to be a bus
2:30.
driver.
You'd hear honking because God bless the bus driver.
Horrendous.
She'd just blast them, and it
Yeah,
happened every day. So, um, you know,
dude.
I'm in
That is
favor of it.
horrific too.
Yeah.
You make that mistake one time, even if you hit a child and you blew by something like that,
Well, you should go to
you're
prison.
yeah. Yes, I agree.
But so yeah, and
Dude,
it's
living
funny
with that.
because if you look at cars from the north,
Mm-hmm.
and most people probably don't pay much attention, they'll see the tag in the back, it'll say New York or Iowa, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the front of the car, they also have a tag.
Hmm.
And the reason
Interesting.
being is a lot of those states, like especially when you're going into a tunnel, they have those cameras that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And so you have to have the tag on the front of the car so they can give you that ticket for speeding.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh,
Interesting.
yeah. So it'll be interesting
Interesting.
to see, where those cameras are because,
Yeah.
you've got to pass by it and is there going to be
And
one
what
here?
triggers them? Because
Yeah.
I know that like the speed limits for school zones isn't a permanent thing. It's only
15 to 20
during
miles an
certain
hour
times
during
of the
an
day,
hour in the morning,
during
hour
certain.
afternoon. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So there's
Well, they're
limitations
reset
if they
just
don't
like
program them right.
just like the
That can
blinking
be a
lights,
nightmare.
the yellow blinking light. They can set them. Look, with the way
Yeah.
these what is it AI works, they could
Oh.
probably set it to shoot your tires out if they want to.
Yeah. I was just gonna say,
Oh, you're speeding.
man,
Boom. Right
dude,
off the road you go.
AI is taking over
All right,
everything.
so there's that, and I'm okay
They're gonna
with
have
it.
a robot step out and stop traffic.
Yeah.
Sir, here is your ticket.
Okay, so let's see. We will not be here next
Okay.
Friday because it's
Right.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
uh, Black Friday, but the day after Thanksgiving.
Sure.
So
Enjoy
right off the
yourselves.
bat, happy Thanksgiving. Praise the
Yes.
Lord that we've made it through another year successfully and intact family and nothing too catastrophic has occurred.
Yeah.
I did have surgery on my arm, but it seems to be doing better. So praise the Lord, thank you very much. So
Nice.
things are going to happen, but all in all, another successful year. Get us back to Thanksgiving and say thank you for everything you've been blessed with.
Yeah.
Uh, what else?
So I don't know if you know this, but our stream has Facebook has put together a series of badges that the
Wait,
people who
what?
badges
Okay, badges.
they
Okay.
go like next to your name whenever you type. Like Staley has two of them. He's got top fan badge, and
That's the
and
boy.
and he's got an anniversary follower badge. So his 5th year following Read and Read, he's got an anniversary badge. So that's really really cool.
Wait,
If you
we
watching this
haven't
on,
done this 5 years.
we haven't done this 5 years, but he's followed Read and Read.
Oh, for sure. Well, hell, he's followed us for 59 years.
Yeah,
Known him
no,
since
yeah.
we were born. Oh, and by the way, if Brian's listening, yeah, I will call you. We're going. So if you don't know that, I was born and raised in Brandon. The Nativity Carnival, which is right up there at the Nativity Church on the 60 in Kingsway, has
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
as far as I know, at least 59 years, or certainly as long as when I was a little child. Yeah, so it's been
Okay.
there forever. And so
Wow.
on Friday nights, they have the beer tent. Well, they have the beer tent Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But on
Beer
Friday
and
night,
Jesus.
all the old Brandon people go and meet in the beer tent. And Billy McKnight, a
That's
Brandon
cool.
boy with Soul Circus Cowboy, will be playing. So it's
Nice.
it's it's really a big Brandon fest, and get to see
I didn't
people
even know about that.
you only see once a year,
Yeah.
and it's pretty cool. So I
When
will
is
be going
this?
up there, huh?
When?
Tonight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Is it open to everybody? Okay.
yeah,
I
it's
might
just
have to come
the
up there and
big
join
tent. It's just
you.
if you go up there, you'll see what I'm talking about, dude. It will be packed with people who know each other and who
Cool.
are born and raised here, and just seeing people that you literally see once a year. It's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
cool.
nice.
Uh,
That's what I miss about growing up in our small town in Alabama that I was from. Like we had things like that
yeah.
we did. Once I moved down here, I've lost all of that. Like I don't know where those things are at, and I didn't grow up here,
I'll
so
tell you where they're at. They're at
yeah. Now I know.
the beer tent this Friday night.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
All
we'll
right.
find it.
Well,
I may meet you there.
yeah, and it's for it's a lot of fun. To be honest, I have a good time.
Cool.
I look forward to it.
Very
Hopefully,
cool.
the weather will hold off. I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
rain, and
It's been
not
threatening to
going to be
rain.
too hot. So anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I have.
All right. Are we checking in with the New Yorker
Well, the New Yorker may very well be. What time
on
is
our
it?
way here?
Yeah, she's coming down for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
But we can see if she's left for what is it? The airport. I forget. She goes to LaGuardia.
Nice.
Let's see. We'll say our last update before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, no telling where she's at, but I
How's
don't
your
think
brother with his
she's
leg?
left. Oh, he's fine.
Okay.
You
All right.
know.
Good.
Well, I guess Manhattan's not answering the phone.
It is
uh,
what it is.
so what'll
That's all
happen is
good.
we'll sign off, and she'll call back, and I'll say too late. Oh, speak of the
Yeah.
devil.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Hold on. Look, Duck Dynasty. Hey, Duck Dynasty.
Yellow.
We wanted our final. You're live on live feed reading with Paul Reed and Jason Crawford. We wanted our final New York update before Thanksgiving. What's it like up there?
It's low. It's actually really nice. It's not too cold. It's 60 right now. Very
Ooh.
sunny.
Oh
I
wow.
just went I just went for a little walk, and now I have to call my Uber to the airport.
Okay, so
Nice.
how far? Oh, you got to go to LaGuardia, right?
Yeah, it's close to me.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was it. We were just checking in with our
Nice.
Manhattan weather reporter.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
Anything else exciting happened in Manhattan this last week
Yeah.
or two?
A lot of good things.
Okay. Can you tell us one or two?
Believe it. No.
Okay.
Ah!
Well, let me ask you this. Do they have Christmas decorations up yet?
Yes. I went to Bryant Park Village, and I saw the big Christmas tree, and
Nice.
that was very cool.
Okay.
Very
Well,
cool.
all right.
The Rockefeller tree isn't up yet.
All right. When do they put that up? Do you know?
Probably after, like maybe the day after Thanksgiving or something like that. December 1st,
After
maybe.
the Macy's.
And is the tree there and just not decorated?
Yeah. It's there. They're decorating it right now.
Is
You
it
can see it. It has like platforms all the way up.
is it massive?
Scaffolding. Oh, it's massive. There's scaffolding all the way up.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be something to see. You'll have to
Send us
take a
some
picture.
pictures. Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we'll get to the airport
Cool.
and I'll see you tonight.
Okay.
All right, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'll bet that tree's just massive.
Yeah, dude. That's
And I mean, they
wild.
bring it like on this big semi-tractor trailer. But anyway, all right, that was our
Cool.
weekly update from Manhattan from Leanne Reed.
All right.
All right, so Millie, you got anything to say? No? Okay, guess not. Take us out.
You got it. You got it.
Read and read. It's like having a lawyer in the family.